Hey there everyone, Dr. Beth Westy here, and I do these videos just to educate women on their hormones, how to get their body to function better so you feel better. So if you find this information helpful, I would so love and appreciate you clicking that share button. Share with anybody that you have been chatting with that has been struggling. There's a lot of women that, struggle with issues that can be helped a ton by little things you do every day, and that's what we're going to cover today. Now, I do have a lot of this information in my book, The Female Fat Solution, which is on Amazon, and I cover information in my podcast, The Female Health Solution, which is on all places podcast, if you like podcasts. And then my YouTube channel is Dr. Beth Westy, and you can subscribe to that so you are updated every time I put out a new video with more information. Now, the question that a lot of women have, or we'll say where women get really misguided, right, is around how long it takes your hormones to balance. And your hormones can be a big driver in a lot of different issues, right? They can play a role in your metabolism. They can play a role in your immune system, your health, your energy, your sleep. Everything is controlled by your hormones, and your hormones affect all these different systems, right? Yet we're only told about really like, oh, if your period's off, then there's a problem. Or if you're having hot flashes, man, that just kind of stinks to be in that part of life. What? No! There's so many things you can do to take back the control that you lost in your own body. And to be in that driver's seat and say, you know what? I am not going to let my hormones run amok and run me into the ground and into a pile of nothing, where you have no energy, where you have all this brain fog, where you feel like I get this tire around my midsection and it just won't go away. Knowing this information will change all of that. So, how long does it take your hormones to balance? Now, overall, when we talk about this term balance, it makes me cringe a little bit. Like, just know that like my skin crawls a little because I get a little angry when people are like, oh, just balance your hormones. And I'm like, they're not balanced. Like, that's not the female body. The male body is balanced every day, right? Let's just, the whole terminology and how we're talked about, we are referred to in a male fashion, like our bodies are the same every day. Oh my goodness, it's crazy. Oh, hi Connie. Oh, is the sound weird? It shouldn't be. Tell me if it is weird. I don't know. Anyway, because I don't hear anything different. Anyway, so with hormones, it's not that they're not balanced, right? They're different throughout the month. You should have more hormones in this part than this part, right? Estrogen, progesterone. Oh, okay. Oh, good, Tammy. Thank you. Sound is good. Okay, good. Thank you, guys. I'm getting really fired up here about how we're talked about like male body, right? This is estrogen here in the blue. This is progesterone over here in red, right? So when people talk about, oh, your hormones just aren't balanced or you need to balance your hormones, it just bugs me because I'm like, they're not balanced. When you think of balanced, you're thinking like balancing scales, right? And they're even and level. And that is not how the female body works or functions at all. Even through perimenopause and menopause. Seriously, your hormone levels shift and change throughout the month. Every week it's different. And it should be different because that's how your body works and functions. So to even talk about hormones being balanced, I'm always like, no, that's not how the female body works. Please don't say it's balanced because it is not balanced. It is just not, right? So I have a 12-week program where I work with women one-on-one, guiding them through nutrition that matches their hormones all throughout the month, that helps regulate hormones, that helps keep it be even and level, right? So I'll put a link below. If you guys have questions on this, or if you're struggling with this, please don't hesitate. Click that link, sign up for a call. I'm more than happy to chat with you about different options. And in the 12-week program that I have, meal guide, grocery list, all these other things that help you learn how to eat for your hormones and to leverage your hormones to your advantage. So it evens things out, right? They regulate and have that ebb and flow like it should versus being all over the place, or holy cow, balance, right? No, if you have too much estrogen, that's going to throw the scales off. If you have too much progesterone, that's going to throw the scales off, right? You need to have an even number of each throughout the month, right? It's this ebb and flow. Like in this picture here, it looks like there's too much progesterone. That's going to throw off how much estrogen there is. That's going to bring on PMS symptoms. It's going to slow down your metabolism. It's going to cause sleep issues, right? Getting to sleep, staying asleep, all of these things. It's going to throw off your internal body temperature. It's going to throw off how well you can recover from a workout. There's so many things that it throws off, right? And we as women are not educated on, oh, that this is wrong. Or if you're like, oh, your hormones are off, you just need to balance them. It's not like balancing on a scale. It makes me frustrated so much that I do this with my face. Okay, I'll calm down and move on because this is really important, that how long it takes to quote unquote balance the hormones. So I'm going to use the terminology regulate. Thank you, Spot. Sorry, my dog. No, oh, he's bringing me a ball, and now I'm going to, oh, there it is. There it is. Thank you, puppy. So I'm going to talk about it being regulated because balancing is not a thing. You don't balance your hormones. It's not even throughout the month. They should ebb and flow. It should be different, right? And if your hormones are more one than the other, then that's going to be a problem. Sorry, that's my dog. Azalea, love, can you take the puppy upstairs, please? Okay, dinner's upstairs. Go find your papa. This is like, I've got kids and stuff. This is, yep, go find papa. He'll help. Thank you, kiddo. Oh, Brittany, I'm reading your comment. Excuse me, regulate, not balance, right? I know, right? This is how everybody talks about it, but even that verbiage that we use, oh, I'm going to balance them. Like it makes you just think that your body should be the same all month. That's where the discrepancy comes in. So then everybody's thinking, oh my gosh, my body should be the same every day all month long, and they're not, it shouldn't, right? So if the balance is, you know, oh, this thing, right, ebbing and flowing in your hormones naturally, yes, then that's balanced, yes. And then what was your other question? If you had gotten, you're so funny. If you get the book, so this is my book, The Female Fat Solution, I do talk about like how to eat for your hormones and cycle. I do cover this in the book, right? And the program that I have is an extension of the book. So if you are like, oh my gosh, I just need help, tell me what to eat and when, and I will do it for all of the hormone and metabolism things, great, that's what the program is for. But I do have a ton of information out there on YouTube, in my book, everything else. And it really guides you through on how to do a lot of different tactics. If you are a complicated case, if you have a lot of stuff going on, or if you need a lot of guidance, that's where sometimes it is tough to just follow what I put in the book, because I put a lot of information out there. But it's, if you have some special needs, that's where I would say schedule a call, and I'm more than happy to chat with you about some good options for you moving forward. So that's a good question though. Excellent question there. Yes. Oh, hormone levels shot up last night. You were hot. Oh, yeah. So again, when your hormones are off, it affects a lot of other things in your life. It affects affecting your sleep, affecting your recovery, affecting your energy levels, affecting your stamina, your strength, everything. Everything. Yeah, so when your hormones are functioning the way that they should, there will be different times of the month that you sort of I feel a little more tired here. I just don't feel like I have as much energy as I do over here. That's normal. But you can actually use your nutrition to boost that energy more naturally a little bit more. So normally if you're like, oh my God, 5 days before my period, I'm totally dead. I'm wiped out. I have no energy. Or when I get my period, I'm in bed for 3 days. I just can't even move because it's so painful. All these other things, right? That's what this eating for your hormones is so helpful for. And it helps a lot of those issues plus metabolism, right? I cover some of those things in the book too. Yes. So I'm getting a little distracted. Let me get back. Let me rein it in, because that's a whole nother video that I'll go into. But when we talk about how long this takes, this is another piece that is really important for women to understand that we're not educated on. This is just completely left out. Studies, research, everything where they talk about nutrition tactics or especially performance products, they're tested on men. All these results are shown for men, not for women. And women are the ones who are the biggest consumers of all of these weight loss products and tactics and things. The program that I have is the only program out there that combines metabolism tactics and nutrition along with eating for your hormones and your cycle. And it's designed only for women because our bodies are physiologically, chemically, hormonally different every week of the month. and it needs to be addressed. Otherwise, you're going to be, oh, look, I forced myself to do this thing for 30 days and then I lost some weight, but now I bounced back up and, oh, I'm now tired. Or, oh, I tried this thing and, oh, it threw off my hormones, or I'm under a lot of stress and I skipped my period and all these other issues are going on, right? And so you're not getting and keeping a result, and it's because your body's not functioning the way that it should. So when we talk about the results that women need to get, or what you're looking for, and if you're looking at your body in terms of, okay, I'm going to start this new thing, again, great, eating cleaner, eating healthier, super duper, that's great, right? I'm going to take this supplement, I'm going to do this other thing, great. But if you're not giving it enough time to really imprint on your body and your hormones, then you're really missing on the full benefit that it could bring you. That's a big key thing that a lot of women just we're not told. We're not told that, hey, you have to give it more time to really have the full effect in your system. Full effect. Otherwise, it's like a flash in the pan. You'll see a little result or a little thing start to shift and change, but you won't get to keep those results because it's not enough. Right? And the frustrating thing is because when you split things up, you essentially have 4 different bodies throughout the month, right? So when you think about this, if you split this up throughout, right, weeks 1, 2, 3, 4, right? This is just a rough drawing here. But you have 4 different bodies throughout the month. Look at weeks 1, 2, 3, and 4. They're all very, very different hormonally. Completely different, right? So when you weigh yourself, if you weigh yourself every Monday, let's say, and you're checking your weight and say, oh my gosh, how much did I gain over the weekend, blah, 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 blah. It's not really accurate if you're weighing yourself every Monday and comparing yourself to last Monday. It's a different body week to week. You're going to have more blood volume here. You should weigh more over here than over here, right? So even if you're losing weight throughout the month, you really have to look at a bigger chunk of time, right, to get some good information. And so I recommend if you're weighing yourself on day 1, weigh yourself on the next month on day 1 here. That's going to give you the most accurate look at how your body's progressing throughout the month. You can weigh yourself at day 7, day 14, day 21, right, and compare it to the next month, or the previous month. That's going to give you a better picture of what is happening in your system. Not week to week because it's so drastically different, right? Weighing weekly and comparing your body in week 2 to week 1, that's a male model because they have the same body every week of the month. We don't. So with that in mind, when you implement a new nutrition tactic, and this is true for a lot of the fertility work that I do with women, this is true for women even in menopause because it just takes a little bit longer for that body to turn over, to have that shift and change happen. Women are trying, or they'll start some type of nutrition thing, or they'll start some type of exercise routine, something healthy, right? You're doing something healthy and good. And you'll do it for 30 days, like 4 weeks or even 6 weeks. And you're like, oh, I've been doing this thing and maybe I feel better, or I know maybe something's happening, but I'm not losing weight on the scale enough, or blah, 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 all these other things. And you're not giving it enough time to really imprint on your hormones. Imprint on your hormones. Your hormones are adaptable and they're very receptive to things around you, right? Like if you've ever lived with other girls in college, it doesn't take very long before you guys all link up, right? You sync up your cycles. You can use nutrition to imprint and sync your cycle that way too. And that's what my book is about. That's what my 12-week program is about, right? And if you're thinking a little bit here and you're like, oh, she's a 12-week program. Yes, it's 12 weeks. Why? Because that's how long it takes for the female body to really have any of these tactics imprint on your hormones. 12 weeks for any shifts and changes to happen. Yeah. It's a lot longer than what we're told to look at or improve. Now, again, if you say clean up your diet, you stop eating processed foods, you cut out sugar, you're doing all these things, that's not a bad thing. It's still a good thing. But if you're doing it for 30 days and then really looking at your end result after 30 days and saying, oh, look at this 30 days later, this is my end point here. Oh, I'm going to take my measurements and I'm going to measure and evaluate based on just that. That's not enough for your body, because really you just went through 4 different bodies once. You got to go through it 3 times. So this is month 1, month 2, month 3. To really feel the shift and change, it's got to be for, it's either 3 months 12 weeks, 90 days. These are all the same amount of time. This is all the same amount of time. 3 months is equivalent to 12 weeks, which is equivalent to 90 days. That's what that is, honestly. So if you're doing something for just 1 month, one cycle, again, I'm not saying that that's a bad thing to do, right? Like you can make good health changes. You can start good habits or something, right? Like any step in the healthy direction is a good step to take, of course, right? But if you're not doing it consistently for either 3 months, 12 weeks, 90 days, then you're not letting it imprint on your hormones in your body. So you're not really seeing and feeling the absolute full effect of that shift and change. So that's why the program I have that I made for women, eating for your cycle and your hormones and boosting your metabolism, all of these things to help align and regulate your hormones. That's why I call it a 12-week program, because it's 12 weeks, because that's how long it takes the female body to work. I have done shorter programs. I have done things in a shorter capacity and said, hey, just keep going. But I find that unless women are really helped and guided along that entire way, you get a little lost. And again, too, things happen in people's lives. You know, like that's the other hard thing too. Like sometimes you'll start a diet or you'll be like, I'm gonna get to the gym every day. And then 2 weeks in, you sprain your ankle. Ooh. You know? Yeah, you have to really, don't look at it as, oh, I only worked out 2 weeks, then I sprained my ankle, now I can't work out. Look at it in terms of a bigger chunk of time. Okay, I'll take a week off and then I'll get back in and I'll start doing some light workouts, blah, 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 blah. So when you look at 3 months as a whole, that, you know, short period of time that you couldn't go all out at the gym is just a little drop in the pan and you have a lot more consistent data. So stop being so hard on yourself. And if you feel like you failed before in the past, it's most likely because you weren't following something for your body and your hormones, because honestly, none of us women are told to, and you're probably not giving it the right amount of time. It's just time. Give your body that time to really have your hormones do the thing that they are meant to do and designed to do. Because without that, you know, it's not enough, right? It's like eating a really healthy breakfast and lunch and then just eating a pie for dinner. You know, right? If you're trying to lose weight, right? And this, again, let's chunk the time down even smaller to an entire day, right? I'm going to eat the super healthy clean lunch. I'm going to eat a super healthy power packed breakfast. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to have the best snacks ever. Yes, I'm going to go to the gym. And then it's dinner time and you just sit down with an entire apple pie and that's all you eat. And you do that every day. Like, how are you going to get results that way? You're not, right? It's expanding the time and really looking at everything together and doing it for the right amount of time. Also, side note on that whole premise there, I do not believe in cheat days or cheat meals or planning a time for you to fail on a diet plan, right? It's life, right? Like, women, we're busy, we got stuff going on. You may have an event or something where you're like, crap, the food that I normally would want to eat or that's on the plan is not here. I'm going to have to make do. That's fine. Like, that stuff comes up enough as it is. That way you don't feel bad or guilty or like, oh, well, there we go, right? And if you need a little piece of chocolate every day after dinner, fine, have it. You know, it's not that little tiny bit, right? It's not that little thing that's really holding you back. Your metabolism should be working hard enough for you to be helping you move towards the results that you want. It's not about being totally perfect. It's not. It's about doing the things that are in alignment with your body and your system that help you get to your results and help you stay there. Whew. Okay, sorry. I went on a little bit of a rant here, but that's what I got for you guys tonight. So I'll put a link below this video. If you guys have questions, please don't hesitate. You can email me. You can send me a message on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, or if you just want to just schedule a call with me and ask questions about this. My next 12-week group is starting March 1st. So you have the opportunity now to still jump on board. I still got a few slots open of gals that are jumping on board on March 1st with us. So doing things for the right amount of time for your system to get and keep your results. So that's what I got for you guys tonight. Thank you for tuning in. Share this if you found this helpful, because a lot of women don't know this information. And I feel it should be very basic. I feel that all women should know, hey, if you're gonna do something healthy, do it for this amount of time so that it actually imprints on your body correctly. Whoo! Yes, so we are gonna be starting March 1st with the next 12-week program. I'll put that link below so you can schedule a call, and I will see you guys later.